Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you people are aware. Today I'm going to react to Abba and Preach. It seems that Twitch is imploding. Bad, like very bad, with these weird allegations that are coming out because the people that are supposed to be kids' heroes right now might have, allegedly, might have hidden a essay. And I'm like, yikes. So let's watch the video.
If you take away the nerddom of it all and the fucking content houses, like, just get to the point of it. Somebody got groped while they were asleep, and people who had some power basically try to cover it up. That's the non-nerd version. But the reason why it needs all this attention because all the personalities surrounding it
are nerds,
and it's like high school. It's like it feels like high school.
Okay. Yep,
that's
yep.
What Twitch is.
Yes.
Twitch is like high school, but with
nerds,
stars, and virgins.
That is true. That is true. I mean, you have half-naked women up there doing weird stuff. Kids are watching it consistently, and then they expect the same kid to go on the street and respect women. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's like me watching a hamburger consistently and expect me to be a vegan when I go outside. No, I'm gonna be hungry for some meat.
It's where the stars and virgins collide.
Yes,
that's funny.
That's what it is. That's what Twitch is. Okay,
that's funny.
So if you guys aren't aware, Twitch right now is imploding. Okay, they've had issues about race, they've had issues with gambling, and now their latest one, some of their biggest content creator and the creator house have been covering up what appears to be some sexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some groping, okay?
Some sexual what?
Some sexual, you know what I mean?
They were like checking the heart of the lady if she's still alive. 2 times.
Okay. And that's literally what happened, okay?
That's gonna be a new word.
Okay.
You know?
But for this chapter specifically, it involves a few content creators and some of the biggest one being Mizkif, all right, who's one of the biggest content creators. He runs a content home called OTK along with Asmongold. And there's a lady named Maya, and then there's another creator named Crazy Slick. And lastly, okay, the one who deserves the most amount of sympathy and no laughter from you, stop, is Adrianah. Stop. Bro, you gotta take this seriously.
The more you say stop, the more I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'll try.
I think it's important to learn how to say stop and for you to listen. Yeah, but we've been knowing I'm problematic. Your purple bandana wearing ass, we weren't sure about. I just want to let them know we in the same boat. It really is Abba and Preach. So basically, what happened? Let's get straight to it. Okay, they have these are all streamers. They run a content home. They're all part of the same home. Adrianah, is a young 20-year-old woman who moves to Austin to be part of this content home. I think at the time she might have been 18 when she moved. At the time of this incident, there's a party at the house. She goes there. I guess she drinks or something. She falls asleep on the bed. There's a bunch of folks around, and this guy, Crazy Slick, comes in. And, you know, he'd been hounding her the whole night, but she wasn't really down. And then while she was asleep, apparently, allegedly, according to multiple witnesses, he went and he grabbed her titties. This comes out.
He was checking her heartbeat, okay? And the girlfriends of the girl were like, Karen, no, don't. When he came for a second time. And he says, well, I checked her neck. I'm like, okay, maybe she had a turtleneck and it popped up and he touched something. Okay.
Was at a party, fell asleep, got touched by Crazy Slick. He was, quote, checking my pulse by touching my neck and chest area and trying to feel my heartbeat. And if anyone knows anatomy of a woman, your heart is on your boob. So then there's multiple people in the room, but 2 of them were my good friends, and they said, please get away from her. You don't need to do that. He left the room, came back multiple times, had to be told not to touch me multiple times.
After the fact, she finds out, and then this guy is denying it. He claims that he was checking her pulse. Okay. This man said he was checking her pulse. Didn't go for the wrist. Didn't go for the neck. He said, yo, where her titties at? And I get it. Sometimes when I administer CPR, I go straight for the vagina. We all do things differently, okay? He went for the titty to go check the CPR. That's what his claim is. And then afterwards, now he's saying, no, actually, I only went for her wrist and her neck, but multiple witnesses saw her go for the titties.
Saw him,
Yes. Okay. Maya, who helps run the home, as well as Mizkif, they found out about the whole thing, and basically they told Adrianah, like, listen, don't make it a big thing. Keep it under wraps. Like,
Hush, hush.
You know, let's keep it a little bit.
To be specific, at a moment, Maya went to her and she asked her if it was SA, when supposedly the girl that was grabbed never mentioned SA. So the moment you labeled or mentioned something, you already placed the title on something that happened.
It doesn't hurt right now to hear, like, to see what people are saying about me, to hear it, because this is something that I've been going through silently for the past year, and that is the most painful experiences. This is nothing. The people who are defending Slick, people who are defending, springing up random ass shit, is nothing compared to what I've dealt with in silence the past year. And everyone wants to say, like, oh, like whatever, like, you don't even care about this, whatever. Like, Adrianah didn't even care about this until it got brought up. Yes, the fuck I did. Yes, the fuck I what the fuck was I supposed to say? Randomly just come on stream, say, hi guys, talking about my sexual assault, you know? And I sat there and cried in silence. I had to cry to my friends, and that's one of the reasons, like, so many people knew the story, because I reached out to so many people for help to get the truth out. So many people. And it was dismissed by so many people because they didn't want to risk losing their career, which to a degree I understand. It's one thing to stay civil with everybody. It's another thing to go suck someone's dick. You know what I mean? Just to get in the Mizkif circle jerk and ruin friendships that have been years long just because you want to get a little inch of clout. And it is just disgusting to me. And this is something that happens on every scale, whether it's popularity in high school, college, whatever, to many men and women who've been victims of sexual assault. So it's just something that I've been sitting on and marinating in for a year in so much pain. And for anybody to say, oh, she was just saying she's in pain, I have a private Twitter that has logs of me saying that I want to unalive myself because of the situation, and that I'm never going to fall asleep again because of the situation, and that I'm so scared to fall asleep because of all these situations. And I have really close friends who are also streamers who have my private Twitter who can back me up on that as well.
So it kind of got a little blurry because then they didn't know clearly how to handle it perfectly. It was kind of messed up. The girl didn't feel comfortable coming out to say, hey, this actually happened. So they kept her on a hush-hush.
She said that she didn't feel like it was like that. And was there a power dynamic in that situation? Because I'm a bigger streamer, yes. And I feel bad about that. It wasn't my intention to introduce that to the situation. I wasn't trying to impose that on her. I wasn't trying to pressure her, you know, or like force her into saying something. But did it naturally exist? Yes. But all I went there for was to ask her if she had been raped or sexually assaulted. She said no. I asked her if she can include that. And that's like pretty much all that happened.
So this is the lady who came up and said, hey, like, let me walk you through what exactly happened. She claims that she was being, you know, friendly. She wasn't trying to like impede or anything, but essentially she introduced the concept like, hey, are you sure it was that? You sure you're good? And if you didn't, when you make the response initially, make sure you put in there that he didn't SA you. This young lady right here, bigger streamer than the other one who was a victim. She's sitting here saying, hey, I might have potentially brought in some type of variable that should not have been in there to begin with, that could have potentially altered the response that what it actually was. So
when they were talking about the casino thing, it's bad, Mizkif actually mentioned something on Twitter, and there was a guy called Trainwreck. Trainwreck called him out about the stupid things they do. They are the biggest promoters. They were just throwing shots here and there. But the Trainwreck dude was a good friend of the girl that got grabbed, okay? And they were like, you know what? It's a weird thing, hush hush. They were canceling her and everything. And they didn't really want to come out correctly because nobody was prepared. She had to do it, not him. He's not like a white knight. She has to have a good reason, a good moment that she can come forward. But what happened when they start calling Trainwreck for some bad things that he did in the past?
How in the fuck is Silker not banned on Twitch? Guy literally uses the platform to defraud dozens of people, streamers and viewers alike, and admits it. Didnt is still permabanned while Silker gets to go live and laugh about actual crime. It's an absolute disgrace, Twitch. Trainwreck's response saying, because your pals decided it was in their best interest to use and platform the very person that scammed everyone for his horse racing and tennis bets to somehow twist it and wager their war against me. And we both know deep down why Insecure Little Man is doing this. Mizkif responded to him saying, if we're gonna deplatform people for scamming others, shouldn't we have banned you for Joltcoin a few years back?
Tough.
Yeah, I don't know what Joltcoin is, but it sounds like a scam token. To which Trainwrecks finally responded saying, are you gonna send Maya and Mitch to Railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up all those SAs, you fucking scumbag piece of shit? You wanna come at me and make shit up? Then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure pussy.
He says, oh, so you didn't cover up telling a woman, don't do this. I don't want to be around her because she reminds me of what happened with my best friend, which is the Mr. Slick. You see? So it's like a good movie. It's like Netflix. Hey, man, it's crazy.
This is Mizkif himself speaking on the whole issue at the time it happened, okay?
Like, he streamed today at 10 in the morning, and I bet you he wasn't gonna... He got up for 30 minutes, came downstairs, and went back down... Like, he does not hang out, dude. I haven't seen him in 4 days. I don't like to be alone all day. What's so Slick? What's Slick being busy with? Being severely depressed? I mean, he's been sleeping for 15 hours a day.
So this is him. He's on stream right now. He's upset that he can't play with Crazy Slick because he was being talked to at the time. And so this is what he said about his thoughts. Mizkif.
I told him, I'm like, look, you didn't rip anybody, you know? It's one thing, he didn't do anything. And, like, people make it seem like he did. When people, like, think of it, they think that he stuck his fucking inside her. I don't think there's a single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking, like, sexual harassment, right? I mean, like, who get...
He was about to say, who the fuck cares?
He wasn't going to say that, right?
He was about to say...
He wasn't. Go and talk that shit.
He was about to say that. Who the fuck... And then he... rephrasing something else. I don't think people really care. Just something that sounds better. He doesn't give a fuck.
No one... of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal.
At a low scale, I'm not saying that I don't understand what he means because they drink too much. Crazy stuff happens over and over. You know? I'm not saying grabbing a booby of a woman shouldn't be that bad, but officially, yes, I have seen worse. But the problem with the way of thinking like that is the moment you say it's not that bad, you're gonna find a lot of more people that are gonna think it's not that bad. So you don't understand the wave that you're sending when you, yes, he didn't do that thing, but you made it kind of normal to start. you get what I'm saying?
When I hear the guy say, oh man, I'm so sad. I can't play with Crazy Slick. I miss playing video games with my buddy. This is fucking bullshit.
That's high school.
It's not like he put his penis inside her. He just grabbed her. I don't know what the fuck is wrong in your head, bro. I would literally never keep a friend who's out here groping people in their sleep. I don't know what kind of fucking loser you are, okay? Where you're not only be okay with this behavior from people you consider friends, but you're also actively trying to defend. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser, okay? If you were at least trying to work it out with him and figure it out, but don't try to downplay it. You get what I'm trying to say? Don't try to downplay it. The bitch is unconscious. What you talking about? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, you can't. Listen, if a dude sends an awkward DM or sends like a flirty message, that's fine. She's unconscious and you out here groping her. And the fact that he lying and doing all this defending, you best believe it's not his first time doing weird shit. Yeah.
What even surprised me even more, there was somebody in the comment section of this video. Look, tired of you white knights. They're black, by the way. Those hoes put themselves in that situation on purpose, knowing exactly what they are doing. Dude touches a girl's boobs and y'all simps acting out because you've never been with a girl. Most these hoes expects to be effed when drunk. Nah, they don't expect that. Come on, bruh. Why the hell would you get drunk at a stranger's house as if they can control it perfectly when they're 18 years old, when you don't feel kind of safe around your friends? When someone drinks and drives, there is no doubt whose is at fault. Stop simping. Dude, sometimes it makes me actually believe, look, it's just a boob crap. You didn't die, nothing can happen. Prevent it next time, because I know girls that have experienced that. And they're not as emotionally damaged as this woman. You know? They know the consequences, they know stupid people exist out there. And they're like, you know what? I appreciate my life, not gonna lie. I've seen those girls. They're quite chill about it. They're quite honest about it. But the moment you start normalizing this, that is the problem. Because if I see a friend grab a woman's boob and she's like, yo, and I'll be like, yo, dude, if you feel comfortable doing that in front of me, I don't want to see how you're going to be comfortable when the doors are closed and I'm not there. You see what I'm saying? I don't think about the moment. I see where it's going. Because there's nothing I can justify to be like, it's just a minor thing. No, it's not a... It is, but I can't say it like that. I can't mind there's something that has a gangster consequences because the line between the good version and the bad version is so thin that I don't even know what to do. But you can't be comfortable doing that. And the fact that he tried a second attempt, allegedly, by the girlfriends of this woman, I'm like, yo, dude. I wish he just got drunk, slipped, and landed on her. Then everybody can be like, oh, you're clumsy. You had to defend yourself, you know, with your hands. Oh, I touched the titty.
I mean, it's still unfolding. I mean, you know, some of them came out with statements. Some of them said nothing. One of the co-organizers, because Crazy Slick, the one who did the groping, he came out and said...
Allegedly.
I would say allegedly normally. The problem is, even the people who are defending him said, no, he definitely put his hands on her. Crazy Slick, I was like, I was just checking her pulse. I was checking her wrist. Even his friends who are defending him were like, listen, what he did was clearly wrong. Obviously. So, you get what I'm trying to say? He came out and said that, and then he deleted his tweet. He said, he said, oh, Johnny Depp, don't believe these women. The same way you guys shouldn't have believed Amber Heard against Johnny Depp. Like, he tried to make it a whole thing. And so, the other owner of OTK, the house, he came out.
Fair. No, you didn't, you lying fucking piece of shit. You never got accused of rape. This is unfair. I'll be getting a lawyer as soon as possible. Learn from the Johnny Depp situation and think first. Last time I fucking checked is you still all have all 10 fingers, Slick. The fuck are you doing sitting around talking about Johnny Depp? You're gonna use his fucking problem? His thing where he lost his fucking finger? He's got marks on him everywhere. He's got 10 years of charges with different witnesses and other people coming in over and over and over. And you have the fucking audacity to go in and use his example to cover up for your slimy fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck whether you touched her on the chest or not. You're a creepy fucking piece of shit that uses your friends to go and act as a gatekeeper to keep people out so you can allow yourself to be fucking abusive. I fucking hate you. I hope you die. I hope you fucking die.
Damn.
There you go. I do know some shamans in Africa who do voodoo. If you're really interested. Yeah, if you take away the nerddom of it all and the fucking content houses, like, just get to the point of it. Somebody got groped while they were asleep, and people who had some power basically try to cover it up. That's the non-nerd version.
What should happen to that Slick guy?
Well, I mean, listen, as far as punishment goes, that's a tough one to say. Well, what he did was obviously criminal, but it's too late to prosecute that now, probably. I think what is really telling, though...
Why is it too late?
Is that...
It happened when?
Two years ago? Unless he admits to it, like, it's a very difficult thing. And maybe you can't. I don't think she's going to. Because even if you do, like, what's the worst? Community service?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. All this to say, one thing I've noticed, at least watching this Twitch stuff from outside, are just all these kinds of things, like these content houses, these kinds of places where creatives and people in power exist. You know, people talk about Hollywood and how gross it is, but you recognize that the same things that lead to Hollywood being gross are the same thing that leads to most power structures being gross.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
If it's the Hollywood, we really look at that Hollywood.
Everyone watches movies.
We're really obsessed with Hollywood.
Because everyone watches movies.
Yeah, but that shit happens everywhere. Whether it's in school, whether it's in normal 9 to 5, 7-Eleven, whatever, whatnot. That shit happens all the time.
I'm glad that I do what I do on YouTube. I would not want to be in an environment like Twitch. I would not want to buddy up. Like, you think about it, our come up, we didn't have to do a single collab with anybody the entire time. We didn't get shout outs from big creators. We didn't get no love. We didn't get no growth, nothing. And you know what? Even though some people had some stuff to say along the way, it really didn't matter because we could have just kept going without it, and they could keep growing without us. So that's the beauty of being on this platform as compared to other ones.
But we still don't need to make. We really make collabs because we feel like it.
Yeah.
Or it's people that we were down with, or people that are, oh no, I'm cool with that person. We spoke a couple of times. Yeah, sure, let's go do that, or that would be interesting. But it's not like Twitch is like OnlyFans.
What you mean?
Which means that sometimes you gotta, like, whenever those that make that kind of content on OnlyFans.
Did you say OnlyFans? I thought you were gonna say Twitch is kind of like OnlyFans. Sometimes you gotta bend over to get ahead.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say, but
yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Man, that shit's weird.
You're not wrong.
And that leads to the point where this girl actually came out with old video about 2 years ago when he was talking to this guy Trainwreck or somebody else, and she was explaining all these things that was happening because, as I said before, she thought she had to bend over, and if she bent over, she could collab with other people. But nobody is trying to collab with her because Mizkif says she reminds me of all the passion, the action, the touching. So everybody was avoiding her. So she was like, I feel like they kind of told me to not speak about it. Maybe we should keep it on the hush hush, that at least when she spoke to Maya. Because if it wasn't clear, if it was SA, she was like, well, maybe we should then mention it. Or at least that is what I understood from the clip that she was talking about. And it's just weird, bruh. It's just really weird. It's like they were telling her, don't come out with this information because it's gonna make all of us look bad because this guy is living with Mizkif. So now everybody is gonna look at the whole house with a lens like, yo man, which one of you guys are keep touching people because you guys are drinking over, inviting small streamers that don't have a voice. Whoa. It's just interesting how life works. Don't feel comfortable going to touch a woman's boobie. Simple. Under no circumstances. Especially when you're drunk. 100%. Don't even entertain it. And as a woman, amen. All I can say is, like the friends that I know that have been in that situation, they don't say it's her fault that it happened. They just say it's my fault because I know stupid people are there. And even if I went with friends, I am the one that drank and fell asleep at a place where other people are asleep that are socially awkward, so the chances that somebody might try something stupid is way higher than if I did it at a family party. So they're not saying that it's all their fault, but you still can have an accountability for the amount of fault or chances that something might happen. People are unique. I don't think this world is safe. Certain women don't think this world is safe. But the moment you start believing, well, it's my human right, I'm like, okay, do your thing. I'm not simping. All I know is I'm surrounded by ladies that have never been in this situation, and when they've been in one, it never happened again. I find the way like, oh, the victim mentality. I don't understand that though. Because for me, it's still just a boobie. If that is something that hurts you so much that somebody touched your boobie and you didn't even die, you didn't even leave a mark, you don't even remember that it happened. Kinda weird that it hurt you so much. So, and then again, it does make sense for her. It does make sense that if it happened before, she fell asleep accidentally and somebody touched it, yeah, memories comes back. It comes back. But hey, don't want to talk too long. I like to talk, you know me. Here's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, hit the bell notification as usual. Peace.